Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Coffee account in the description. If you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are playing the nemesis, pun intended, of the format, which is Mono Red. But crucially, we are trying a version of it with Nova Hellkite up the top of the curve rather than Sunspine Links. Because Nova Hellkite not only can come down quite early as turn 3 if you warp it and hit the opponent for 4, maybe snag one of their creatures, but then later on it obviously becomes a 4/5 flying haste, which is slightly easier to kind of get through blockers, a bit more evasive than a Sunspine Lynx. So yeah, it's an interesting addition. It's kind of both cheaper and more expensive than the Lynx, so it'll be fascinating to see how it does. So it kind of sits there on the curve and also not there on the curve, but also higher up. So yeah, it's an interesting addition. The rest of the deck you will recognise with the mice package. So we've got Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, Manifold Mouse, all of those kind of things, Screaming Nemesis, and then our spells package of Karmana Faces Kakazan, Burst Lightnings, Monstrous Rages, Reckless Rages, which are particularly good targeted against Screaming Nemesis. So yeah, it is mono red, kind of as you'd expect to find it. We are running, I believe, 22 lands, which I could see an argument potentially for running 23 in this deck, given that we are running 3 Nova Hellkites. But yeah, 22 lands, 13 mountains, 2 Ravenat Ruins, 3 Rockface Villages, and then some Mutavaults for additional mice action. Sideboard, so we've got Red Cap Melee, that's for the mirror match. Grafdigger's Cage, there's been a resurgence of kind of Niv to Light, and those kind of. I always forget. No, I always forget that this doesn't work against Bring to Light because it exiles it. But there's kind of Collected Company style, Indomitable Creativity. Lists. We've seen a few of those floating around. Rending Volley. Do a quick change over there. It upsets my OCD. So Grafdigger's Cage from Rending Volley. So yeah, Magebane Lizard, which is good anti-control, anti-Phoenix tech. Urabrask's Forge, bring that in against control decks. And then we are also running a couple of Sunspine Lynxes in the sideboard, particularly if we want to shut down the opponent's life gain, preventing damage, and yeah, if they're running a lot of non-basic lands, it can potentially take the place of the Hellkite or something else if we do need it. So yeah, it is in the sideboard. So that's the deck. Mono Red Aggro, Mice, Dragon kind of thing. All of the above. But yes, we'll see how it does. Thank you very much for watching. Just take it onto the ladder. Yeah, this is okay as a 1-2-3. It's not amazing. Playing Manifold Mouse on an empty board is never ideal, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to, because I think they're presenting Fatal Push here. Okay, that's good. So they can have a Harvester, which we can kill with a Burst Lightning. And we'll follow up with the Scream. Shame it's not an Annex. Well, how should we do this? Yeah, well, just attack with Screaming Nemesis first. Play Manifold Mouse. Say go. FOMO and Soken Zan. Okay. So yeah, this is Rakdos, probably demons. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Props, discard Soken Zan. So I'm going to Lightning Strike this and hold on to Burst Lightning just because I could potentially kick it if I drew another land. Interesting. As much as I would like to Monstrous Rage, I'm not sure I can into 2 open mana. Yeah, I think they're too obviously holding a removal spell here. Okay, in which case I shall Monstrous Rage the Scream. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So I'm going to hit that with Burst Lightning, so they're losing life to draw cards. Yep, cool, okay. Good game one. Okay, so Rakdos Demons. How do we want to sideboard against this? I do think this is one where the Hellkites come out. Don't really have any good targets. Sunspine Lynx goes in. I think Red Cat, 3 Red Cat melees is probably enough. Da-da-dum. Yeah, Heartfire Hero is probably okay. Maybe trim a couple of Hired Claws. It's a bit weak to removal. Do I want the Rabrask's Forge? Maybe on the play? See if we can bait out a removal spell straight away. They might not be too fussed about the Hired Claw. Yeah, if they're not going to do anything, neither am I. Yep. Cool. Okay, that's potentially a removal spell that now won't hit our Heartfire Hero. Interesting. Okay. In which case, I think I want to hold on to Burst Lightning for their Mutavault. Okay. I'll send Screaming Nemesis at them now. They may be able to open the Ritual Chamber here. Yep, okay. So they go to 14. I think there's a question here about whether I want to just stop them gaining any more life with Burst Lightning. And I think I'm going to answer in the affirmative. So yeah, let's keep them at 9. Double manifold mouse. And see where we go from here. Well, they do have 6 cards in hand, which I don't feel incredible about. Yeah. Yeah, they're absolutely caning the removal here. That's not going to help. Self double strike. Yeah, okay. We're super dead. That's fine. I mean, drew too much land anyway. How am I going to do this? The 6/6 is a big problem, to be honest. I'm going to trim a red cap melee. I'm going to trim 2 of those. I'm going to put into a Brast's Forge. Jesus. Okay, that's better. But yeah, talk about an overlanded hand. Not currently regretting my decision to only go with 22 lands. I feel like we've suffered enough. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a stick here, so I'm not sure they have a 1-mana removal spell. Okay, that's fine. I think we could just play Screaming Nemesis here. This double strike again. Attack with these 2. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Okay, well, I'll shut off their life gain. Another Harvester. Okay. Emberheart. Cool. Okay. Yeah, we had the god draw. It's hard for the opponent to beat that. It's not the quickest opening hand, but I don't think it's a mulligan. Mono black. Possibly. And a Duress. Okay, Duress doesn't hit either of our creatures, which is good. They can take my monstrous rage. Yep. There you are, Commander Faces Kakazan. Thanks for coming. Where were you, man? Rakdos potentially again. There's a lot of it about. Robber of the Rich. Now that you don't see every day. I think I'll just play Screaming Nemesis here. Yeah, if you want to take 2 and lose 2 life, that's fine by me. Okay, so yeah, I'll Reckless Rage this. That'll trigger Prowess. Okay, land's good. Now we can follow up with a Manifold Mouse. I'm just going to give this double strike. And the Commander will hit them to 4. I should have played that pre-combat, then they'd be on 2 actually. Yep, that was a misplay there. I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference because I've got Hellkite in my hand. Hello. 8-7 just saw. Well, I never. Sadly, I have a 4-5 with flying. 5-6 actually. Cool. Okay, so the opponent's on some sort of Rakdos aggro deck. Yeah, Duress, Robber of the Rich. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this. I think I probably want a couple of red caps. I don't think they'll have, like, I don't know if they'll have Annex. I think our main deck's pretty well suited for what they're doing. I might trim 1 Hellkite. And 1 Manifold on the draw, but yeah, it seems decent, I think. Robber of the Rich. How 2/2s have come on. And it basically sees no play. Now then. Don't think so. I don't love this hand either, but I think it's a better one. Marginally. Okay, now that's not terrible, so we'll get Commander faces Kakazan down. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Now that is a card you do not see very often. Okay. Nova Hellkite. It is kind of tempting to just play that, to be honest, right now. Okay, then it goes Warpy away. But it's a big 4 damage. 2 Knights of the Ebon Legion. Yep, I'll stick a Monstrous Rage on that. Clear the board. Pass the turn. I would have attacked with Mutavault, but I didn't want to double block that. And then lose the Monstrous Rage monster. Okay. Yeah, I think they're pretty dead here with my Nova Hellkites. I mean, they've been unlucky. They missed their land drops, but it's made short work of them here. Yeah, I've seen this before. This is Yorion. love this either. But we shall keep, and we shall put back probably Ramanap Ruins. Yep, this could be Control, which is a tough old matchup, I think. Ooh, Esper colours. I don't know what to make of all that. Let's see what the Heart Challenger can do. Looks like what it's going to do is die. Yep. Shieldred's Edict, okay. I don't really want to play the Scream, so I might just get the mouse down. See what they do. Okay, maybe it's just a sort of Esper control list with Yorion. Double bottom. Huh. Oh, okay, it's self-bounce. Esper bounce. Guys, we're roller coaster trying to work out what the opponent's doing here. Now we can play the Screaming Nemesis, I think. Give itself double strike. Fine. Am I gonna do it? I feel like I am. Okay. Now they're opening again. I wonder if they've got Doom Foretold in this deck. I do hope not. Okay, more Omen bouncing. That's quite aggy. Another Screaming Nemesis. Am I going to turn Mutavault on to save the Screaming Nemesis? I think I am. Because now they've got no good blocks. And they're on 7, which is functionally 2. Okay, I like to see that being done main phase. Oof. Oh dear. Okay. So we'll do 4 to them. Kill them with a lightning strike. Okay. Esper self-bounce. So, I do kind of like Nova Hellkite here, but I also really like Sunspine Lynx. I do like Magebane Lizard as well, and Rending Volley. Maybe I'll leave out the Lynx for now. We do have a lot of non-basic lands. Do they have much life gain? I suppose they could sideboard it in. Yeah, let's put in the Lynx. What am I getting rid of? Dun-dun-dun. So Hellkite. So it kills like Sun Pearl Kirin. And like Storm Chaser's Talon tokens when they don't have Prowess active. I do think that's good enough. Yeah, okay, let's take the links out, maybe put it back in on the play. I'll trim the hide clause again. Dun. Maybe the lightning strike. I think most of our other removal can do the job. I'm pleased we're able to win game one there. That didn't look like it was going to go amazingly for us at the start, but okay. Again, this is not the quickest, but I can get a Magebane Lizard into play that's pretty spicy. Again, Commander faces Kakazan. Where have you been? Okay. Well, they take a damage from that, at least. God. Ah! Right. Emberheart Challenger. Commander faces Kakazan. Yeah, I don't love it. Do not love it. Okay, let's double up the mice. Down comes the nowhere to run again. Oh no, it's Omen of the Sea instead. That's fun. That's not good, I don't think. I don't like seeing that if they're not hurrying to use their removal. However, not doing it now does potentially cost them. Interesting. I don't really want to draw any more land. So let's give this double strike and trample. We'll fire off a monstrous rage on it. Okay, that's not terrible. So I can double them up again. And to get another offspring, which is pretty good. Well, they love their pixies, don't they? I can't possibly approve. So I'm looking at my graveyard. Cheeky beggar. Right. I think we just give them all double strike. And then just see what happens. Okay. Fine. I shall monstrous rage one of these other ones. Then I shall play half. No, I won't yet. Yep, there are much less life than that. Then I shall play half Fire Hero. Okay, 8 is not too bad. It's not amazing either. I would prefer them to be on less than 8. Functionally 6. This town is pretty bad. Now then. Yeah, I think I just hardcast this because I'm using all of my mana either way. Bop that. Then we target the Heartfire hero and the bigger token. Okay, Omen is fine. Double bottom is better. No, can't do it, you'll die. Yep. Marvellous. Yeah, Nova Hellkite, once again, doing some good work. Okay, here we are, folks. One away from Diamond on the draw, which is not amazing. Yes, mulligan to 5, please. We love it. Go again. Yeah, if we can win game 1 because they've mulliganed to 5, that will be a big moment on our path to ultimately failing to reach Diamond. It's a mirror match. Okay. I see your Kumano, and I raise you a Hired Claw. Hit them with Ember Heart here. Okay. See, I don't love it, but they are now down to just 3 cards while I have 5. Interesting. Okay, well, let's get the Scream down. It's the best card in the matchup. Cool. Excellent. Game 1 to us. So, Red Cat melee. I think Hellkite goes here just because it can't kill any of the creatures effectively. Sunspine Lynx, I don't think we want either. Yeah, I think we're just hoping for the best here. But we're able to win game 1 on the draw. It's a big deal. Yikes, this is a mulligan. Yeah, this is slightly better. Am I going to go the full risk and put back a land? Or am I going to put back the Lightning Strike? I think Screaming Nemesis is just too good in the mirror match. I don't think we can. Okay, opponent's got a good start. Okay, let's get Hired Claw down. Heartfire hero, sure thing. 2 Red Cat melees is nice, so let's take out that Heartfire. Once again, they're quite low on cards. Do they have a nemesis of their own? Doesn't look like it right now. Ooh, that's a big deal. Okay, right. So we'll kill that. So I assume this is a burst lightning or something. Alright, here we go. Yes! And made it to diamond. Excellent. Good work in the mirror. I feel like Nemesis into Nemesis into Nemesis would have been too much for them to cope with anyway, both in the game and emotionally. Oh god, got a lot of packs to open. Shame I can't see any of them. They really must fix that issue. Okay, let's start with Aether Drift. The Last Ride. Yeah, I should try and make something of that at some point. Sort of Death Shadow at home. Tarkia. Another mythic. It's a mythic bonanza today. Perenation. Probably too much. Too expensive. Edge of Eternities. Eternity Elevator. Don't think so. Edge of Eternities Mythic Pack. Famished World Sire. And then the Golden Pack, which I could keep for Spider-Man, but it's a small set. Extinguisher Battleship, Lumen Class Frigate. Okay, there's some interesting stuff in here. Some more Edge of Eternities rares. So yeah, that was a good showing by Mono Red. Obviously, it's a very strong kind of deck anyway. But yeah, I found the addition of Nova Hellkite pretty good, actually. Even then, we weren't against a huge number of decks which had X1s, where you could kind of get the most value out of it. But even then, like the ability to just do lots of damage quite quickly, and kind of it's a reliable, pretty reliable 4 damage for 3 mana, which, you know, when you're just trying to make every point count, can be pretty good. Yeah, might not be a staple in the deck, but I think it performed pretty well there. Would recommend giving it a go. So yeah, here's the deck list one more time. It's in the description as usual. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Contribute to the coffee account if you can. And I'll see you next time.